Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin and Cardano. Bitcoin already below 36k earlier today. We're going to take a look at that. I think I need to even refresh the coin market cap, or it's just gone up, or it hasn't refreshed properly, because on the live charts, there you can see it. Cardano now at $1.08, Bitcoin at 35.8. Cardano still, holding well, better than some others. There are some cryptos which go down just 20%, as you can see here, 18 to 20%. Everything sort of in line with expectation, I must say, even though many people don't want to see it, don't want to hear it. But these are the days which actually make it worthwhile in crypto. Of course, the bull runs are great, but the bear runs are, or the sell-offs are really what can make, well, maybe millionaires, but certainly change lives, I think. If people who react wisely in these moments and days, they can really make something really, really interesting out of their lives. Because what we can expect from here, or after the correction is finished at least, we can expect here for many cryptos, I think, a very, very short term, and I'm not talking about 1 or 2 weeks, but it will take a bit longer, but a 10x, 20x for many cryptos. So I'm looking forward to it. It's nothing that we didn't expect. In the last video, I already told you that I would expect a further sell-off for Bitcoin anyway, because it did come down so impulsively. And if we just zoom out again, maybe we start with the Bitcoin dominance. Just want to show you that Bitcoin market cap dominance. We can see that money is flowing into Bitcoin from altcoins, and that is indicated here with this green candle. That green candle highlights it's out of the entire crypto market cap, basically the dominance that Bitcoin has. It's back above 40%. It did drop briefly here below 40 this week. It's now back above it, even dropped below 40, I think, last week. What kind of meaning does it have? Not much at the moment, but it just shows that Bitcoin is currently falling less than many altcoins. The current sell-off is currently going on in the altcoins, and some really did fall shockingly strong, but most of them, or a lot of them, dropped now into my target areas that I defined here many weeks ago, maybe even months ago. And we're going to take a look at that in different videos. We also want to take a look here at the fear and greed index. Just want to show you that. You can find that on lookintobitcoin.com. It's entirely free, because the fear and greed index, which is basically a sentiment indicator, how it's measured is all documented down here. You can go through it, but it basically is important to understand that typically, and you can see that on the charts, typically when this indicator went into the fear or extreme fear area, it's typically, historically, it has at least been an interesting place to buy. As you can see here in the last few lows, when we had sell-offs, it was always followed by further price increases again, and the low price on the fear and greed index, or a low rating, typically indicated a good price, or an interesting price for crypto investors. Now, does that mean we're going to go up from here? Not necessarily, because while we are at 13, obviously the indicator can go to 0, or at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, These would be significant lows. We are still at 13. Yes, we are in extreme fear, but I've got the feeling just that I think we need to sell off a bit more. And it's also just looking at common sense and what people say, because many people say now, all right, we expect the 30k Bitcoin, then we go up. I've got the feeling that people really need to be shaken out here, and I think it might. I've got a feeling it might go down more than we all expect, honestly, because people now, and I see it on YouTube and everything. Obviously, we had prices going up, everybody was bullish. Now we've got prices going down. Now, finally, some people talk about a 30k Bitcoin again. But, many people expect now a 30k Bitcoin. So I think we might have to sell off a little bit more to really bring some fear in some people. It's just what happens sometimes, and how the whales sometimes manipulate the markets, or just typical market moves, because otherwise there won't be that buying interest of certain people who won't push the price up again. So I think we might see a bit more of a sell-off. And if you look at the fear and greed index with 13, yes, it's really low. You can see that up here, how it dropped significantly just yesterday. But if we take a look at the sell-off here that was in December 2018. Yeah, if I zoom in that, you can see that the score was actually down at 11. So there is further room for further drops. And if I reset it again and we take a look here at that one in March 2020, it was down at 9. Yeah, and I think we even had a rating of 5 in the past. So there is further room for further drops, even though I started to dollar cost average into Bitcoin now because I think the prices are attractive. But yeah, there is further room for further downside without a doubt. But it could always be that suddenly the price starts to skyrocket. It hasn't though come into my target area yet. Many altcoins have, Bitcoin hasn't. And it could theoretically be that it just stops at the previous low. Yeah, my view is it will go down lower, but let's see. We talked about the head and shoulders on the chart here. That happened. I showed you yesterday in S&P 500 the grand supercycle Elliott Wave count, and argued also that this is a pretty similar pattern that developed on the S&P 500 chart over years. Here it didn't take that long, but also understandably the crypto market is moving faster, but you know, it still took a year, yeah, this pattern here, and from when it started even a little bit longer, 1.5 years, and until that sell-off is finished, it might even take a little bit longer. So I do expect still that ABC correction. Remember, I turned primarily bearish when we broke below 53k. Above that, I was pretty much 50-50, and when we were still in the uptrend, I said it's probably more likely to move up here, but we'd never reached one of the key levels there. And then as we struggle to move higher, I told you that my primary scenario that we're going to hit here a price level below 29k would become live as soon as we drop below 53k, and we've sticked with it ever since. Even though there was a bit of a move up here, we sticked with this bearish scenario, and there were always possibilities for the price to move into either this target area here. Well, it did move into that one, didn't it? But not into that one. So I'm going to take that out now. It just messes the chart up a little bit. Bitcoin was not bullish enough for that. It would have also made a nicer head and shoulders. Anyway, that didn't happen. It broke the neckline anyway. We're on our way down. I showed you that channel here yesterday, and we had on that chart, we had yesterday a bit of support on that channel. There you can see it. So when Bitcoin dropped here out of this descending wedge to the downside after that fake out, it found support here on that descending channel, and now it's broken back into the channel. So we are in this descending channel, we're in this downtrend, and that can really take us down to that 29k area and maybe even lower if we extend that. You can also see when we could then potentially expect a support. So just need to align that properly here. And if we fall in that speed, I think we can expect some support here at around 31.7k, depending on when it actually happens. We're now at a support line here that I had on the chart at around 35k. So we're just finding support there, but overall there isn't much that's going to stop Bitcoin now, I think, before it goes to 30k. I think we're going to see it. There could be a bit of a move up. I showed you yesterday that we are, in my view, now in that wave 5, and after that we did drop further as expected. We had on the chart here this move down from a 1-2, 3-4, and the wave 5 of that is also still to happen. So that wave 5 would be with that wave 5, because we had a 1, 2, 3, 4. After that we started a smaller wave count 1, 2. Within that we started a 1, 2, 3, 4 that was completed with that wave 5 then, and that completed at high level 3. We then had that high level 4, that higher level 5, and that's going to complete as well that even higher level wave 5 in those brackets here. But yeah, all of that might sound too complicated, but it's just the Elliott Wave count. It just showed that this downtrend was very much extended wave count, and that wave 5 can really go down deep. The thing is, even if that wave 5 would be completed earlier, as long as you don't see a 5-wave move to the upside, we would still come down more bearish. So what you might see is here come down and then something like an ABC, and then you come down again, you know, into that area here. So we need to see 5 waves to the upside or we won't get out of it. That could happen at any time, but I still expect us to move into this target area here. Lowest support of that is around 20k. don't necessarily expect us to drop lower. 20k is based on the high of the previous bull run. Cardano just falling together with Bitcoin now. To be fair, there is not much scope left for Cardano to hold above $1. If it doesn't do anything now, I think we might really realistically see lower prices. And the reason for that is that Bitcoin could still drop from now. And to be fair, we're not far away from my target area. It's only like a 20% drop for Bitcoin, and a 25% or a 20% drop for Bitcoin can happen in a day. Yeah. And to be fair, I'd love to have it over fairly quickly. Yeah, I'd love to. And I did mention yesterday in my video when we were around 38k that a lot of people are going to panic sell now. And I like to buy this up, I like to buy this up. So that's why we can expect lower prices. And yeah, 20% from here to the beginning of my target area for Bitcoin. But Cardano doesn't really have much left. It's only like an 8% drop to the dollar. No, not even. Only like a 5% drop to the $1 level at the moment. Depending on from where we start here, we already came down to $1.05. We're now at $1.08. So from here, you would see that 7 to 8% drop. But we already were down at $1.05, which also invalidated that impulse that was building here. I can only tell you, don't blame Cardano, because this is affecting the whole crypto market. And we've seen on the ADA BTC chart that Cardano is ready to turn around, but it's just that correction that's currently pulling all altcoins down. All altcoins. And yeah, the chances that Cardano is dropping below $1 are getting higher. I would now put it at 70%. Yeah, I'm honest with you. Because it has come down so fast, like the other altcoins. And as I said, I think there more people need to be shaken out of this market. I think otherwise the whales aren't gonna buy it up, or the masses aren't going to buy it up. People are now, even if I read comments, if I read in any forum and everything, people are just expecting lower prices now. Nobody's buying now. People are waiting. And generally, yeah, also with Cardano, I would expect lower prices. Showed you yesterday that in a drop below $1, we could expect here that next fib level here, the 0.786 fib of the higher level wave count, which is sitting here at 67.68 cents to provide support after we drop below that level. I think also that won't go in a straight line, but it's also a key level of support here, technical support. If we look at the chart, we had support here before. Yeah, back here, that was in February 21. And it is that fib level where I would expect the price to go to next, where it then has another chance to turn around, and that would be more realistic as where the price for Cardano is now, to with regards looking at where Bitcoin is, because that could then mean that we've got here something like a 34% sell-off for altcoins for Cardano. And yeah, many altcoins are still selling off very strongly. So yeah, we could expect that. There is a bit of a chance that if we just look at these wicks that came down here earlier in 2021, there is one that goes down all the way to 90 cents. So we could define that potentially as just a technical support level, because it might stop here at one of these wicks. But there isn't much scope, much space anyway. The lowest one of these is at 90 cents. So it remains a very, very interesting weekend. Nothing that surprises us really. Unfortunately, the Cardano below $1 possibility was always there. It has become much more likely, unfortunately, more likely than I originally thought. I wasn't bearish enough here on Cardano. But yeah, it's coming down. But I did not expect that we would see... Unfortunately, Cardano started earlier, right? That's what I said before. It started earlier, its correction. What I didn't really think about is when this is finished, that correction for Cardano, that Bitcoin is having a sell-off at the same time. And that's just pulling it down. Together with many altcoins, we can see that here now. And I remember weeks ago when I told you on the sandbox chart that this correction that the sandbox is going through reminds me so much of the Cardano correction, and that it could take a while. And I think all of that is playing out now. We see that strong correction that we talked about here for weeks and I think months even now play out. And yeah, I know it helped a lot of you guys to not spend at too high prices, but to wait. But again, you never know. So I did, as I said yesterday, I did start the dollar cost average into Bitcoin, and Cardano is now at my buy order level again. There are lower buy orders set lower, but these are fantastic prices in my view. Just imagine when we were at $3, people would have loved to buy Cardano for $1, and I think fairly soon we'll look back, we won't see these prices again, and then we all wish we had bought more, including myself. That's just how it works, and then the FOMO is going to kick in. But on this channel we try to eliminate that or reduce it, so give you a hand. Alright, hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.